Hello, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and I've got another kit review for you today. But just before we look at this kit, I want to have a quick chat about Dave Coley. Dave Coley's Emporium.co.uk. You can see it on there through the paint. Now, Dave Coley's Emporium is a fantastic website. He has some great prices, and he does some prizes as well, and he has some great offers and some very unusual stock as well, and well worth having a look. He also has an eBay shop, Dave Coley, so go take a look on there. Now, I ordered this kit that I'm going to show you in a minute from Dave Coley on Wednesday, and there was a little bit of a problem which I won't go into, but it meant I had to phone him up and we had a conversation. And when he realised that it was the Nigel from Nigel's Modelling Bench that he was talking to, he told me about some stuff that's coming up. Now, I wasn't aware of this, but he always used to supply these nippers free with the larger kits. Obviously, if you bought a kit for £4.99, you weren't going to get, a pair of £2.99 nippers or whatever. But if you bought a £25 model, he generally chucked in a pair of nippers or a set of tweezers or whatever. You can see I use these as well. There's the tweezers, Dave Coley's Emporium.co.uk. Yeah, he's a lovely chap, and very easy to talk to, and easy to talk to for a long time as well. You can really get engrossed in a pretty mega conversation about kits. So he did tell me when we were on the phone that every month he does special offers. So he'll have a special offer, a few kits will come along, and they will be available at that special price, very special price for that month, and that's it. And they're generally available on the website. I don't think he does the special offers on eBay, because obviously with eBay you have to pay all the seller's fees and everything. So if you do a special offer, if a £22.99 kit goes out for £9.99, he'll get like £7 out of it after he sold it on eBay. So it's just crazy. But I do know that from the 1st of September this one is coming up. Don't worry, I haven't cut myself, guys, and don't worry, this is a bit of a silly shaped plaster. It's the only ones I've got. I've burnt my hand on the cooker on the grate, and it doesn't look very nice, so I thought I'd cover it up for you. So this kit here, this is the Kinetic MQ9 Reaper. We all know this drone. This has been used all over the world many times, and currently being used in Ukraine, I believe. I think it was this one of these that got the I think it was a Su-27, flew over it and dumped fuel over it and confused it and stuff, going back a few months ago. But basically, yeah, MQ9 Reaper from Kinetic. It's 1/72nd scale, 153mm long, 279mm wingspan, 41 parts, cartograph decals, and 8 options in the box. So really nice little kit. There it is there, P24TB, I'm guessing. That's his postcode, isn't it? Yes, stupid me. So yeah, basically this is going to be on special offer from the 1st of October for £7.99. So £7.99 for a little 72nd scale one of these is a bargain. It's an end opening box, unfortunately, but never mind. You got 2 sprues in there. Looks like very nice moulding, very crisp. Obviously not a lot of panel lining because it's all composite and everything, but it's a beautiful little kit actually. Got the little engine unit there, look. It's really nice. I'll do a review of it after the 1st of October. And then we've got beautiful decal sheet. Again, as I say, cartograph. Doesn't say cartograph on it, but it's designed by Cross Delta. So you can see you've got lots and lots of spare decals there for your sheet should you want to. Not for your sheet, for your spares. And we've got a little A4 size, looks like black and white, is it? Do we have any colour? No, it's all black and white. So yeah, we've got some nice options in there as well of different air forces all around the world. And we've got some weapons as well by the look of it. Blimey. All that for £7.99. So that's going to be available on the website, Dave Coley's Emporium.co.uk, from the 1st of October. And I must admit, he sent me that kit free of charge, so I'll have to put the little "I received a freebie" on the start of this video, so that's all that means. And also came in here was this free prize draw thing. Now, because the cost of these has gone through the roof, he can no longer supply them free. So what he started doing as a little bonus, whenever you buy a kit, you will get a slip of paper with a, I don't know if you get one or two, I don't know if he sent me two because I bought a big kit, but you get one or two, maybe even three or four, I don't know, raffle tickets. So this is free prize draw number 6, and this one's going to be drawn on the 14th of December 2024. It's a mystery kit. You get no idea what it is. It could be an Airfix 176 scale tank. It could be, I don't know, a A&A Models Lancaster, which I know it won't be. But there you go. It could be anything. I hope if I win it, it's that beautiful AMT dump truck. But anyway, yeah, so basically every item you purchase from us on eBay or our website will get you one entry. This will include our crazy month-long offers on the website and Facebook. You're welcome to join our Facebook group, so never miss out on news and new kits. Why have you got a ticket and where do you find the results? It's very simple. The results are published on our website. Why you ask? That's simple. You save money when we save money, we save money, thus you get better prices, and of course a chance to win a great prize 4 times a year in our raffle draws. So there you go. So that's a little bonus you don't get with a lot of companies. So rather than having some points or something that you have to go and spend money to use them, you're getting a chance to win a free kit, I suppose. And when you're getting great prices anyway, it's worth taking a look. Okay, so the kit I've got is this one. This is a kit I saw online, and I thought, I wonder if Dave Cody does it, because it's A&A Models. Now, A&A Models is Modelsvit, okay? And this is a plane I have loved for a very, very long time. It's an IL-76. This is the MF version, which is stretched, and it's got different engines. Some of the other ones have the different engines, but they don't have the longer fuselage. And I saw this, and I thought, I wonder, is this just the A Models revamp? Because I know the A Models kit, the older ones, the fuselage, they're fiberglass, and it was all a bit, you know, a bit nasty. And then I saw this one, and it says it's got 682 parts. Well, the other one doesn't have anything like that many, the A Models kit. So I thought, well, it can't be a rebox, and it won't be a rebox if it's just a longer fuselage, if it's got a longer fuselage. So I started looking around online, and I couldn't find any information about it at all. And I went over to Dave Cody website, see if he's had it in stock. Asked the question. He didn't know if it's the A Models, but he thinks it's probably a brand new kit because we had a chat about it and that. So I bought it. Now, it's got a wingspan of 701 millimeters and a length of 739 millimeters. This box is about 659 millimeters, and as you can see, it's still sealed. Now, I've had a look on Wikipedia, and it says in Wikipedia there were only ever 2 of these made, and I can't believe that because we've got 4 options on the box, unless, hang on a minute, unless it's the same aircraft in different periods of time. This was the this is Zhukovsky, so that's going to be Russian, I'm guessing. I know the Egyptians had them. So yeah, there's Egypt there. There's Royal Jordanian Air Force, and there's a Russian one. So, and I know what some of you are thinking. Any comments regarding Russia or whatever, they won't be shown, so don't bother wasting your keyboard. It's a plastic model, it's made in Ukraine, and it's shaped like a something that was, you know, made by the Russians, and the Ukrainians use loads of these, so, you know, don't go getting your knickers in a knot. So front of the box, beautiful artwork there, it really is nice. And as you can see, the front of it is the typical IL-76 with the, you can see it's still wrapped in plastic, with the navigator's nose glass there, which always makes them look really nice. And I think these bigger engines make them look really nice as well. Looking at the box art, she's there with all the flaps out and everything. I'll bet we don't have the opportunity to have the flaps down in this one. I don't even know what it's made of. I'm assuming it's going to be fiberglass. I don't have a clue. You can see on the side of the box here, we're showing us on the side of the box the kit that we've just bought. So there we go. AH22 72102 and AH22 72103. Now, I wasn't aware that kit was still available, but it may well be. And I thought it was only available in 1/44th from A&A Models, or Modelsvit. So yes, we've got fiberglass parts 3, so you can see it. Plastic parts 682, Metal parts 2, that'll be the shafts for the wings. Adhesive mask, decal sheet, photo etch sheet, assembly instructions, paint and glue are not included. So we've got fiberglass parts 3, so that'll be 2 wings and 1 fuselage. So yeah, we're not going to have positionable flaps or anything, or show them in different positions. And it's only for 14 plus. So as far as I know, from what I'm seeing, this is the only review of this kit on the planet. I can't find it anywhere else. So if you've been thinking about this kit, then here you go, fill your boots and enjoy, because you're going to be as surprised as me at what's in here. It might be absolutely awful. Now, Dave Coley only bought a couple of these in, and this was his last one. So if you want to get yourself one, have a look. He's got some more on order, but doesn't yet know when they're going to arrive, obviously with all this going on around the world, especially in that region. He was saying it's difficult to tell when things are going to turn up. So it's a lovely box. You can see the corrugated cardboard under there. It's nice and strong, so great for the stash. You can put a lot of weight on it. So there we are. We've looked around the box. So it's quite an old plane as well. This is August 1995. The second one is Royal Jordan Air Force 2016. The third one is Eindhoven, Royal Jordan Air Force. And then this one is 2019. So you've got Egypt there. I believe the Royal Jordanian Air Force sold theirs to the Egyptians. But from what I can gather on what they're selling in Wikipedia, which you always have to take with a bit of pinch of salt, there was only ever 2 made. So what have we got in here? We have sprues that aren't in bags. We also have a very long fuselage. Now when you compare the size of this box to the box that's the AN124 or the AN225 comes in, then yeah, it's a bit smaller than that. If you want to see the AN225, go look at Moss's channel, and the Monday Airfix and Chill at 8 PM it was on, and you'll see I was on there and they asked me to get it out, and I got the model out as well. Right, so what have we got in here? We've got bags of sprues. Okay, so I'm going to put this box top over here, so I can put these parts there. So we've got bags of sprues, we've got a belly, and it all looks very, very crisp. Very small sprues, which is nice, which means they don't have to use ejector pins, and the actual price of the moulding machine can remain low because they don't really need large pressures. Got some lovely scribe detail on there, very nice indeed. Got our tail plane here, looks like we've got separate elevators, and we've got the tail cone there. So this is all very nice. I'm not sure if this is going to be identical to the A model kit. So we have here lots and lots of engine parts. So there we've got 4 there, so that's going to be the engine intakes, I'm guessing. For some reason they're not in a bag, which is very unusual for models of it. And then here we've got, that's nice, they've got the tail cone mounted in one piece rather than in 2 halves. That's very thoughtful. And then we've got engine fans here, which are gorgeous. Look at that. Very nice indeed. We'll have a good look in a minute, don't worry. Whoops, dropped it then. Then we have a bag of clear parts, and they all look very nice indeed. We've got masks for them, so don't worry about how we're going to mask them. Lots of tiny clear parts there. We've got a pair of wings. See, it's not too big. It's probably no bigger than A400. Yeah, we don't have separate flaps, unfortunately, even though they're in the box art. We've got the fuselage here. Blimey, that is very, very light. We'll have a look at that in a second. We'll get that unwrapped and have a look. We've got our undercarriage, our fin, rudder. I don't remember seeing the elevators in here. Bit of a worry. And then we've got a lovely pack here, typical Models of it style, with the instructions. We've got the decals. We've got our photo etch sheet here, which is like a copper sheet, which is very nice and easy to use. So let's have a look in here and see what the instructions look like. I may well build this actually, because I want to do the 124 and the 225, but I'm a bit scared of what to do with the fiberglass parts and that. I shouldn't be silly really. So there we've got our photo etch parts. So we've got some little fairings there by look. We've got some cooling panels, windscreen wipers, and not sure what that separate bit is there. Probably going to have moulded on seat belts. And then we've got decals there for the, all those there are for the cockpit. That's nice, isn't it? Very nice indeed. So yeah, very pretty. And then we've got our instruction manual here. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly turn the camera off and go and look online just to see if this is a rebox, like all the plastic sprues, to see if it's a rebox of the A model kit. I don't think it is, but we'll go and have a look. Hang on a second. Okay, so I've just had a look, and funnily enough, I found a review on ScaleMates of the latest A model IL-176. And it was probably IL-176. I say IL, it's like people say SU and it's SU. We should say the first letters how they're pronounced in the manufacturer. So it's IL-76, isn't it? And it would appear that a lot of the plastic sprues are the same. The engine sprues are completely different, obviously, engine pylons. And there's a couple of little variations, like the smaller sprue in the clear bag. You know, this main one here for the glazing is the same, but these two little ones here are different. And things like, obviously, the military ones will have a gun in the back. This one doesn't have a gun in the back. So, you know, you've got your choices. You can go for the A model or for this one. The reason I wanted to get this one was because I was really inquisitive about the differences between the two. So I'm glad that I'm able to answer that question for you, for those out there asking. And there's probably a lot of you that have come across from ScaleMates that are wondering the same. So this is basically a reboxing of the A model kit. What I was going to say was, what was really surprising was the reviewer of the latest A model IL-76 stated, that's what I started to say, wasn't it? Stated that he was pleased to see that they had vastly improved their fiberglass moulding. So maybe the company that Models of it use maybe they worked together on this one. I don't know. But clearly the plastic sprues in here are the same. So there we go. Right. It really is a lovely looking airplane. I think especially in its stretch form, it's going to look really nice. And with the bigger engines, so it's got the bigger engines which are a bypass, and they're larger in diameter. There's something, I looked on Wikipedia, there's something 90 or something they're called, and these are quieter and more powerful. But they're also a lot more detailed. I mean, you've got, the other kit has about 489 parts, and this one has 628. So you can tell the difference. Was it 620 or 682? So I counted the other one as about 495 parts. I think I did actually write it down. When did I write it down? Oh, I've lost it. Never mind. I think I did on the back of my shopping list, and I went shopping today and threw it away. So here we have our sprue callouts, and as you can see, there's various parts here that we're not using. We've got our new sprues here. So yeah, all of these sprues here are the same, except for this one. This is not in the latest A model release. This is not in the latest A model release. And obviously you don't get the tail section there in the latest A model release, but they have a gun. So if you want a gun, then go for that one. There's one extra sprue of fairings here, so I don't know what's going on there with the A model kit. Maybe they only use some of these and use the other extra sprue for the later one, I don't know. And then we've got the same sprues down here. So yeah, obviously you don't get that sprue in the A model kit either. So those three there you don't get. That one there you don't get. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. All the fin and everything is the same. I haven't spotted the sprue with the undercarriage legs on, which is a bit concerning. Or is that it there? There, it's in there. That's okay then. Phew. The last thing you want is one of these, one of these companies that's sort of low run, not major manufacturer, not many dealers around. Missing parts can be a bit of a problem. So here we have all our masks there. We've got 2 masking sheets, which is lovely. You can see having all those windows, it's worth having. We've actually got 3 decal sheets and a PE sheet. We've got all our colours called out here in AK and in Mr. Colour, so you can easily cross-reference those. They're only called out in Mr. Colour lacquer colours, the C, not the aqueous, but it's easy to cross-reference them. So there we are. So here we are, cockpit assembly going together. It looks very nicely detailed for a little 72nd scale kit. We've got a decal there for the, I didn't notice a legend actually. Yes, there is. Decals is the 2 circles, right. So yeah, the decals there, we've got 3 decals going on there. It's telling us to do something over here, whatever, you'd have to concentrate. And then you've got here all the engineers' panels and everything. Remember these Russian aircraft have like 17 flight engineers, 14 pilots and 12 guys checking the tyres in flight. They have big crews in them. And we've got decals for all of these panels, so that's going to look really good. How much of it you're going to see for that glazing, I don't know, but when we look at the clear parts, we'll see just how clear they are. Probably give them a dip and make them super clear. And then here for the navigator's area, which is underneath the cockpit, we've got this area here, all beautifully detailed, got shelves. Very nice indeed, actually. Very nice indeed. And I'm guessing all of this is going to be that lovely, oh no, it's grey, grey, grey. So we don't have that lovely turquoise green colour that we get so used to with Russian aircraft. And then here we have clear parts going into there's an overhead console, clear parts going on, all the masks to go on there. We've got all the diagram there, which where all the masks go. We've got a little clear part going in there by the look of it. And then I'm not sure what that is. That's a mask. Sorry, that's a mask for that little area down in there. And we've got the clear part going underneath here. It's telling us to drill holes here for the glazing, but not a clue what size the holes should be. So we'll just measure the clear parts and drill them out accordingly. We've got, it looks like that's an exhaust for an APU down there. So hopefully you can see this okay. I've got the light off so you don't get any glare. So yeah, we've got masks there times 5. Got some colour callouts here. Piece of PE there. That's going to be a vent panel. And then we've got a little shroud going over those intakes there. I'm assuming you're going to put one on the other side as well. Yes, you are. There's G6 going there. Drilling holes again for those windows to go in the side. Seriously, guys, looking at this, I would seriously suggest you drill those holes before you fit the front. Because the last thing you want is all this fiberglass stuff and that getting into your cockpit after you've glued the front on. And also make sure you wear some protective gear, because what comes off of there when you drill it, get out on your skin, you'll know about it. Certainly don't do it in a pair of shorts on your lap, if you know what I mean, guys. And ladies, I suppose. A little bit itchy. So we've got pivots going in there for the rudder, so it looks like we've got a movable rudder. And then the fins going onto the back. Obviously we're going to have to use super glue or 5-minute epoxy or something to glue all this together, because it's fiberglass. We've got the tail cone going on there. Not exactly sure what that's telling us there. This is one of those things with the short run kit, you've got to work it out and go through the instructions and familiarise yourself. We've got little pivots going in there for the elevators. When I looked at the elevators, they are beautiful, really crisp. And then we've got all the fairings going on for the wings. Very nice indeed. I've got some reviews coming your way of flaps and everything, and I wonder if they'd be interested in doing a set of flaps for this. They might, because there's so many of them. And then here we've got undercarriage going together. Take some time, have a real good look at this, because the way they've done this is, as you would look at it, if the aircraft was flying. So all the undercarriage is kind of upside down, whereas you'd probably build it the other way up. So just familiarise yourself and make sure you're doing it all right. So you've got 2 of those and 2 of those. Got lots and lots of wheels. And then these will go up into these holes in the bottom here. You've got this belly pan going on. And then you've got these holes with these little doors and everything. So they're not mega undercarriage bays, because once the undercarriage comes down, all the doors close up again. So that's great for people that just want a quick build. You ain't got to worry about all that dafty plumbing and everything. So you can see undercarriage going in there on the other side. So it's very, very sturdy, very, very strong aircraft with lots of strong undercarriage. It's actually, the fuselage is very light. So the other thing we haven't mentioned in here is nose weight. So probably want to look at that as well. Building up some pylons. It looks like all 4 pylons are identical, which is unusual. And then building up our engines. So 26 is here. So that looks like is that the turbine end? Yeah, that's the turbine end. So that's the back end of the engine. So we've got the turbine there, we've got the stator, and then we've got the centre cone. And then that's going to go on to the back of the, that's going to be the compressor, the back, the 3rd, 4th stage, whatever it is, of the fan, compressor fan. And then that's all going to get sandwiched in the engine casings. We've got more engine casings going on there. We're building up the fan going into the front here, so that's the front fan with the nose cone, and then putting on the side pieces here to finish the engines off, and then you've got that lovely ring going on the front. I'm not sure if that ring is polished. I think it probably is. It looks like it probably is. As So it's nice that it's separate. We can do that up in some bright metal colours, you know, maybe try the Outlaw Paints chrome on that and really get it bright, and then just drop it on with a bit of white glue or something. Putting the rods in for the wings, we've got a bit of PE going on there, and then finally we're adding our wings, adding the engines. They're telling you to glue it. I don't think you really need to glue it. You might want to put some magnets in there or something so the wings get held on, but you can probably get away with not gluing them. And then we've got the engine pylons going on and the engines going on as well. So luckily all the engines are identical, all the pylons are identical, so that's really nice for you. So here we have Zhukovsky, August 1995, so that's MAKS, whatever that means, I don't know, but it looks like it's a Russian, it's probably a Russian sort of aircraft to promote the aircraft or something, probably for a show. IL-76 MF it's got on there, which is what the actual aircraft is, not the MD. So there we go, but it's very, very pretty with all those stripes and the green and the grey on the bottom. Very nice looking aircraft, and you've got the blue stripes on the wing undersides as well. Nice they've done this in colour, isn't it? And again, you've got all the colour callouts individually to go with it. Going over the page here, Eindhoven Royal Jordanian Air Force 2016. So a much plainer system with the white and the grey. Is that grey? Yes, it's neutral grey. Underneath there we've got the black areas on the wings, so that's so the wings don't get all sooted up with the engines, I'm guessing. Black flashes on the pylons for the same reason. I wonder if the Russian one had that. No, it had blue flashings on the pylons. So you've got, it's telling you to paint that, do you? So you've got to match that blue to this decal here. They're telling you to paint that. Oh dear, you're going to have to mask that and paint it if you want to do this version. Ooh, that changes things, doesn't it? Maybe it's not so pretty after all. Is this black stripe a decal, or have you got to paint that? You've got to paint that as well by the look of it. So there you go. If you're into ship modelling, you'll find that really easy. Another one there for the Royal Jordanian Air Force. And then over here we've got the Egyptian Air Force 2019. And that's quite nice as well. The beauty of these is the fact they're so simple and not all colourful and everything. You'll be able to weather them and streak them up and make them look a little bit used, like they've been stood around outside like they would be. They'd never put them away. And, you know, sort of weather it up a bit, make it like a military aircraft. Whereas if you go for this one, you know, it needs to be all sort of bright and shiny, really. So there we go. So that's the instructions. Let's have a look at the decals. Not a sealed bag at all, so if you get in one of these and sticking it in your loft or in your garage or in your shed or whatever, wherever you keep your stash, and you want to be careful that it doesn't get damp because it will destroy them. They look very nice. They're not that glossy. It's got masks there. I hope I've got another sheet of masks in here, or I've got a sheet of masks missing. It looks like I've got a sheet of masks missing. Oh dear. That's just stuck to the back of there. Nope. Nope. That's okay. I'll have to get in touch with Dave and he'll get me some sent over. Nope, they're in there. Stupid me. They're in there with those cockpit decals. So we've got 3 decal sheets. Here's the main one. And as you can see on here, the artwork is lovely. Not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but that IL-7 or the 2 ILs look slightly out of register. Maybe that's how they're supposed to be. But we come down here, the 7 and the 6 doesn't look out of register at all. But very, very pretty. Quite glossy, quite thin. They look like they'll go down really well. We've got the spinners there for the engine by the look of it as well. And then here we've got the Royal Jordanian stuff. So that's very nice. royalfalcon.com.jo. I have to look that up and see what that is. Very nice indeed. And then we've got this one here. This is for the Egyptian one. Jordan International Air Cargo. So, guessing it wasn't Jordanian Air Force, it was a private company? I don't know. Maybe they lease it off the Egyptians? Research, research, research. Slightly out of register on this one, but you know, it's going to be nothing just to slice that off of there or whatever. It's, tiny little decals there for something. These are the door surrounds. And they've got these lovely eagles for the tail. The tail or the nose. There for that version there. So there we go. That's the, okay. That's the Royal Jordanian Air Force, and yet it's got Jordanian International Air Cargo. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they were a subsidiary of the Air Force or something. So there's our decal sheets there. Masks for the wheels, vinyl masks. So you've got lots and lots of masks there for the wheels should you wish to use them. And then here we have this little bag with some nice little parts in it. So we've got, this is going to be a nightmare to get out. We've got a little photo etch sheet there. You can see we've got all the vents and everything on there. Windscreen wipers, all lovely. And then we've got, I'll tell you what, we've got another photo etch piece there. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's a little piece for something or other. And then here, I don't think I'm going to get these out because the bag is so well fitted. There's the masks. So there's our vinyl masks for the windscreens. I actually prefer the paper masks for windscreens, but in fact I prefer paper masks for everything, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's not going to come out of there because it's so well fitted. I'm going to damage them getting them out. You can see that there's all our decals for our instrument panels and everything. So just paint light grey and then put them on, and it looks like a load of switches and stuff, I guess, or whatever it is. So that can go back in there. Okay, so let's have a look at these clear parts. We'll get the light on now that we're looking at plastic. So we've got main parts there, we've got some little parts here, and this sprue's broken. So it's obviously had a knock, so we'll get rid of that. Don't want that floating around in there damaging stuff. So we've got two lots of these, two lots of the same sprue. I don't know why, probably because we need a few of these windows. But they're not the nicest, clearest windows in the world. But what I would suggest is you glue them in just facing out and then give them a polish, because there's nothing to see inside. What we really want to be doing is painting the inside of that fuselage somehow. And then here we've got our main screen, and then you've got the navigator's area going under the nose. Looks a little bit sort of very fine surface marks, but you can see there it's pretty good. Not too bad at all. You're going to see all that lovely detail inside. Because when you've got these big windows here, and then you've got all these windows around the top, and then when you're looking into your navigator's area, you've got all that there to look through. I didn't notice, I didn't check, did I, to see how good that is, but it's not too bad. You know, these short run kits, you're never going to get, you know, crystal clear border model type clear parts. And when I say border model type clear parts, I'm referring to their own kits, not the Lancaster. That was a retool, wasn't it, or a made from an unfinished tool or whatever. But their own clear parts are bloody gorgeous. Or like, for instance, Takom, their clear parts are amazing. So let's just go through the sprues as we get them. So I've got these here, these are the engines. So we've got obviously 8 sprues here, we've got 4 pairs, not 2 pairs. So first we've got this sprue here, so this is the actual outer engine casing. So the internals are going to go in there, you're not going to see anything inside there. And then this, very nicely, is these go on here, that's going to be the thrust reversers. So that's very nice. You've got the tail coat there with the flame tube on it. And there's the stator for the turbine. And then, where is the turbine? I thought I saw the turbine in the instructions, maybe on another sprue. But anyway, so you've got this going on the back. I'm guessing that's going to be it there. They haven't bothered putting the blades on because you can't see it anyway. Because you've got the stator going in front of it, and then you've got the flame ring going on there. So We've got the tail cone going overall, so that makes it even harder to see up in there. Don't worry, it's not moulded off centre, that's just a bit of flash around the edge. But it's beautiful they've made that in one piece rather than two halves. If you're getting the AN124, there's a new kit coming out of the AN124, and I think what they've done is got the old kit and replaced the engines. I've actually asked for a set of replacement engines because the 225 has the same engines as the 124, but the engines in the 225 kit are much nicer than those in the 124. So yeah, we've got tail cone there, nose cone there. You've got your first stage fan there, and then there's the back of the fan. So when you look up through the back of the engine around the tail cone, you're going to see that. Very nice. So obviously, as I say, there's 4 each of those there, and they are beautiful. But I'm a little bit confused because I'm sure that when we looked in here, we built the engines up, we had S11 N9. Which is sprue S. Here we go. Sorry guys, I need to satisfy myself here. So that's sprue S, and S11 is there. How stupid of me. It does have the veins on it. They're so fine. I don't know if you can see those there, but they are so fine. Beautiful. Lovely. So it does have the turbine blades on it. Right, that's that one shut down. Right, this next bag here, we have, again, little sprues. You'll note we have no ejector pin marks because you don't need ejector pin marks if you've got these little sprues. So here we have the nose section. So obviously this is going to go around the cockpit and then glue onto the front of that fiberglass fuselage, and then you're going to sand it all and blend it all and rescribe it and all that easy stuff, as we all know. But yeah, very crisply done. We've got nice panel lines on there. As you can see, no rivet detail or anything, but there wouldn't be any. Remember, this is 72nd scale, guys, so it's fairly small, even though it's a huge model. So there's that one. And then we've got the tail cone there, obviously replacing the gun. Again, nice detail, lovely scribed lines. And then here we've got our, they're in halves, so you've got to glue them together and deal with the seam. But we've got the fairings for the flap actuators. So they're very nice. Oops. And then here we have identical, well, it's not identical. We have a left and a right, but you can see that it's O and P. So they're not quite identical. And then here, these are beautiful. These are our elevators, and they have some absolutely gorgeous engraved detail on them. You can imagine them with a wash, they're going to look lovely. And there's the little hinge points there for them, so they're going to look very accurate when they go on, rather than just having them just glued in. Probably best to drill and put a couple of brass rods in them to give them a bit of support. But very nice. I find it very unusual those engines came with no bags. Maybe he's run out of bags or something. I think Modelsvit is a very, very small company. I think. So here we have another bag of parts. So we've got, okay, there's our metal rods in there. Looks like they're both the same 6mm diameter for our wings. So that's a nice thought to help support the wings. We've got pylons here, so we've got 4 identical sprues, engine pylons. They're all nicely done. Again, engraved panel lining. Give them a wash, they're going to look very nice indeed. And then we've got this little sprue here, and this is undercarriage doors and stuff. I'd imagine this is quite an old sprue, this one, because it's quite flashy. But, you know, it's nothing a modeler can't handle, a bit of a clean up. No problem at all. And then here we have cockpit interior parts. So we have 3 seat parts there. And yeah, okay, so those seats there are going to go onto those seat bases. And then we have control columns, all sorts of controls and bits and pieces there. More seats. All bits of greeblies for the cockpit. See that little rod there is broken, but you probably replace that anyway. And this, like I say, this sprue looks like it's an original. It's like the tool's been well used. Quite flashy. Not the cleanest of moulding, but it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So here we've got got some pitot tubes there. Some little antenna here. Some little blocks there. Not exactly sure what they're for. More pitot tubes and little fairings and stuff. Some of that doesn't get used, does it? So here we have our cockpit floor, so you can see how big the cockpit is now. There's a cockpit floor. You've got the runners there with the seats sliding back, with the correct sliders so the seats can be slid back. Bulkheads here. Got an R sort of engraved in there. R and L on there. That's interesting. It says on there, I'm going to try and read what that says. Produced by 44 Master Group of Manufacturers. There we go. Whoever they may be. So there we are. They've probably got a major plastic injection moulding company or something all subbed out. So here we have sprue C. So we've got the floor there for the navigator's area, and then all the walls and everything, desks, shelf units and stuff there was. Oil on there, so definitely needs a wash. It's actually got wet oil on there, so it needs a wash. And then we've got, is that another cockpit floor? Or is that the roof of the navigator's area? Whatever. A Master 44 there again. Again, more parts and panels for the navigator's area. So yeah, give it a wash and a dry brush and get all those decals on there. It's going to look amazing. There's the nose cone. Not quite sure what these bits here are. There's our belly pan. It's going down in the centre of the aircraft. Very nice. So we can put all that to one side over there with that bag. And then we have another bag here with all our undercarriage. So if you fancy one of these and you don't fancy this variant, like I say, 90% of what you're seeing here is the same as the A model kit, so you can get whichever you like. But as I say, apparently I don't know, I'm just reading it. The guy that reviewed the latest A model kit, which is the grey, it's all over grey, he said he noted that the fuselage no longer has the ability to open the rear cargo doors, which this one doesn't by the look of it, and the moulding on the fuselage was much better. So there we are. Wheels and tyres are gorgeous. These are some of the nicest injection moulded wheels and tyres I have ever seen. I don't know if you could pick that up, but the detail is so fine. We have, let me turn the light off, it might make it easier for you to see. There's fine sort of radial lines on the tyres. Then we've got the tangential lines running out, and then we've got the lettering as well. They are beautiful. You know, if you stuck them together, you'd look at them and think they're resin, wouldn't you? They are gorgeous. Very nice indeed. Obviously you've got two of those. Let's get the light back on for you. And then here we have the undercarriage sprue, so this is another one that's probably had a lot of use. That's a nice touch. They've made them in halves, so you can easily get some metal rods in there. Just make them a little bit stronger, that'll help. So that's cool. I wouldn't bother getting white metal undercarriage because it's just all soft and gooey. You know, you're better off with the plastic with the metal rod in it if you can't get brass. But it's amazing. I'm imagining this is going to be a very old tool. It's very, very crisp and clean, and you can see the detail. That's the central axle, and that's the main part coming down. Very nice indeed. And then we've got one here that's our fin, got the other half there. So that's our fin and our rudder. The rudder is massive. And that's very nicely done. Again, we've got all the panel lines on there, you can see. No riveting, just panel lines. And on the other side there, we've got some greeblies on there. That's our hinges there for the rudder. So they're very nice indeed. I mean, like I say, it's not Tamiya, guys. It's clearly not Tamiya, but you know, it's not Mach 2, is it? So there's the bottom. I'd love to know what they're on about in instructions when they say cut and a slice. So that's the bottom of the elevator, or the tail planes. That's the top. You can see that's gorgeous. You can see how big that is on my hand. You can imagine that sat up in the air. That's going to look lovely on your. It is nice to see high up tail planes, isn't it? That's going to look lovely. Beautiful panel lining on there again. Actually, it's not so beautiful. It needs a bit of a clean up. The tooling's obviously very old, seen better days. But it should be easy to just run over those with a scriber again, clean them up. Nice. Was it this bag? No, I put the bag back over in there, didn't I? May as well put these two away, otherwise I don't have a pile of bags around me. They're nice bags, these as well. I know you wouldn't buy a £260 model kit just for the blooming bags, but hey. So now we get the main parts. So here's the actual fuselage. That weighs next to nothing. It's really light. Hey, we get rubber bands. Oh, it was worth it to get the rubber bands. I don't have any nails to get them off with. Okay, so there's one. I'm interested to see how this is bonded together, and two, what the surface detail is like. And it looks like, on both counts, it's lovely. That's a tube, isn't it? Yes, it's a tube of bubble wrap. What have we got that from? Okay, so we have a tube of bubble wrap. We have a fiberglass fuselage within. So, yeah, very nice. For those of you that want to build the Porsche 917, that's what fiberglass looks like when it's clean. So you can see we have fiberglass dust in there, so keep that away from yourself. You can see we have the size of the model here. It's lovely, very nice indeed. We have no way of opening up the rear end in the kit. I mean, if you want to scratch build something, you could, but the rear end is just closed up. And you can see here we have all the panel lines. They could probably do with a tidy up, maybe fill them and go over them again in some areas. But probably when it's all painted and it's all different colours, you won't even notice. I think this area here could do with redoing, because it looks like it's a lot heavier on this side than on that side. But I think some of this has photo etch panels going on it anyway. But we do have a seam in the middle. We've got to fill that, probably use some super glue in there, fill that, and then sand and blend and everything. But under a few coats of primer, that'll all look lovely. But it's extremely light. There's our undercarriage bays there, like you can see all the doors all moulded shut. Very nice. Oh, very nice. It could be nicer, but it's very nice for what it is. And you've got to remember, they got to make these moulds to make those fiberglass parts and knock out hundreds. So you know, they need to have pretty hefty panel lines, or after the first passes they'll have disappeared. So here we have our wings. So let's have a look at this. As I say, we have integral flaps. We don't have optional open flaps. But then they probably wouldn't have flaps down parked, but then people always have this argument, and I say, well, if they were working on the flaps, then they may well be down. So now these are a whole other story. You could easily think these wings were plastic. Look at the beautiful detail on there. The panel line on those wings is gorgeous. Really, really nice. That makes that worth repairing. Because when that wing goes on there, you can see we've got all this beautiful panel line on here, and it all looks a bit gaff, isn't it? Bit naff. We also have a bit of a recess on there. I think that should be flat. So that's gonna, I think probably best wedge something in there and lift it up, because I'm looking at that Where's the straight edge? Yeah, it's got a hollow in the middle. So we're either going to have to fill that or push it up or something. Probably put a block inside or something. But then that'll just push the middle down. That's the problem with having these very, very thin fuselage sections. But yeah, that'll definitely need looking at because it won't look right. But got all our engine positions there, all marked out clearly, and then all our flap positions there. Some lovely detail there at the bottom. So yeah, all in all, it's very, very nice indeed. For what it is, it's very nice indeed. So I think that is that. I think we've looked at everything. So yeah, so that has been a review of the A&A Models IL-76 MF. That's not a P, it's an F. And as I said, if you don't want to do this version, if you want to do the fuel tanker, or you can do the, is it called the M50, the AWACS style aircraft, then A model do them. But just bear in mind, like I was saying, that guy who did the review of the latest A model kit said that the fuselage in this latest one was much nicer than the old one. So it could be that the old one was a bit rough and the new one was something like this, because that is lovely. I mean, you coat that in primer, you'd think that was plastic. It's really, really nice. Beautiful, even line. I don't know how on earth they've made a mould that good. But, yeah, lovely. Right, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. If you want to get one of these, Dave Coley's Emporium.co.uk, and go from there. Dave Coley's Emporium.co.uk, and you can go and order it from there. I think it's about £270. But as I say, I ordered mine. The price was incorrect on the website, and we had to have a discussion about it. So there we go. I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.